The white color in the Gundam card game is all about crowd control, but does that mean it's lacking firepower? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mobby here, and today I'm going to be giving you my white Gundam deck profile that revolves around the Kira and Suletta leaders. Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. I upload daily duels and deck profiles for different anime TCGs. Alright guys, so here we go. If you're watching this in the future, this is using everything from the edition beta that has been released, so obviously it's not going to be fully optimized. We're still missing Star Deck 1, 2, 3, 4, as well as GD01, which is the first set coming out. So when those full sets come out, we're going to be redoing the decks. This is a pure white deck. Later on, I really want to do like a white blue one to see how it works, but this one's pure whites. And every single card here is going to be a proxy. If you guys are interested, head on over to my website, mobbytcg.com. I upload all the proxies, translations, and deck profiles for a lot of different anime TCGs if you guys want to. So let's talk about every single deck here. Starting with the command/pilots. So this is Hawk of Endgame. This is a level 2, 1 cost. He's a command with main or during an action. Choose an enemy with 3 or less HP, return to the owner's hand. That's a really great effect for just 1 cost. The fact that you can use it on your turn, use it at the end of the opponent's turn, or use it when they attack or when you attack, it's just very, very powerful in terms of the flexibility here. It also works as a pilot, however it's only +1. I found myself using it a couple of times just so I can get a link. There is one card in this deck which it links to. Otherwise it can pair to somebody and give it that +1 extra damage to just destroy a base, destroy a really high enemy unit on the field. This is a really great card, so we are running 4 of these. These are good. Now for the one of the 2 main pilots of the deck, this is Suletta. So this is from Star Deck 1. This cost is a 4 level 1 cost. This is only a pilot. When it bursts, it adds to your hand. It has the Academy trait, which goes to I think 1 other card in this deck. +1 damage, +2 defense here. And when you attack, when paired once per turn, choose one of your resources and set it as active. This is a really amazing effect. It's just a solid card overall because it doesn't have to be linked for this particular thing to work. So we're running 4 of these. Great card. Next, we have the main pilot of the deck. This is Kira Yamato. You're going to use him to really buff up some certain Gundams and finish out the games. So some Star Deck 4. This is a level 4 1 cost pilot burst. Add to your hand, adds +1 and +2 +1. Has Earth Alliance and Coordinator. In this deck, Earth Alliance is a link. Coordinator does not work in this deck. When you attack, choose an enemy unit. It gets -2 AP during the battle, which is amazing. Only works on when you're attacking, obviously, but you can use it to easily trade into, well, not trade. You attack into an opponent's Gundam, and you're able to destroy them without taking too much retaliation, if not anything, especially if you're destroying smaller units. So this is an amazing card for keeping this guy alive and getting some really good value and trades off. So great stuff. So those are your pilots of the deck. There are 3 and 12 of them. So 3 different ones, 12 total. Now let's move on to our command cards of the deck. This is Overflowing Affection. This is from set 1. Level 2, 1 cost command. So main only, draw 2, trash 1. After a lot of duels, I found out that late game you really are running out of a lot of cards. So this one helps you fill that role, and you know it makes it so you can sift stuff out, which is garbage, and you can also just draw stuff. So in this game, I found that card advantage is really much more sought after. So you definitely want to run a couple of these. Next off, we have the Witch and the Bride. This is one of the best command cards for the white ones, for the white archetype that we've seen so far in Gundam Card Game. This is a level 5, but 2 cost. So it's from set 1. Burst, activate the main or action, choose an enemy unit 5 or less, return it to its owner's hand. So just as though you're using a Hawk of Endgame, which is a 3 or less HP, this is a 5 or less HP, which works on a lot of late game units, like a ton of them. Some late game units though will go up to 6 and 7 HP, but for the most part you're going to be able to bounce something crazy back. Just remember, if you do bounce back a Gundam and a pilot, both those cards both go to their hand. But if you really need to use this in order to, you know, really prevent a really strong attack, or maybe if there's a blocker you could use it to win out the game. It's very good. It's only a 2 cost. I really like how they did it in this game, where yeah, this is a strong card, but it doesn't cost a lot. You just have to wait for it to activate, so it's a really nice resource system. But the only thing I don't like in this game, well, I guess I'll quick talk about it, is you run out of cards so fast. I wish there was a way to replenish cards easier, like in their previous game they released, Union Arena. You use up some resources to draw more cards. I wish you could do that in here. Unfortunately, no. The only way is to do cards like this. But yeah. So we're running 4 of these because they're just that freaking good. All right. And now for our bases of the deck, we're running 6 of them. This is, oh god, how do I say this? Asticacia, School of Technology. Got it, right? So this is from STO1, level 2, 1 cost base. So when you burst, you deploy, shield 1 to your hand, activate main, rest, all friendly link unit gets +1 AP. It's not going to happen that often. It's a good effect. Its primary here just stays a really early shield, and that's it. So there are 3 of these here. Next off, we have Archangel. This is from Star Deck 4, level 3, 1. Burst, deploy. Deploy shield 1 to your hand. Activate main once per turn. You use up 2 resources here. Then you choose 1 friendly unit with blocker, set it as active, and it can attack. So the main way you want to be using this is you already have a blocker on the field ready to attack. You do attack, then you activate this, and they come back up ready to block, and that's pretty much the best case scenario you are going to be using with this. So it's a really nice base, and we're running 3 of these as well, so it's good stuff. Now let's move on to our main units of the deck. This is Demi Trainer. This is your pretty much your turn 1 card. So this is a 1/1 from Star Deck 1, and it has blocker. So it can really help against opponents attacking your base for game, or another unit that you have on board that you just want to protect. It's actually a pretty decent unit. It's a 1/1, and yeah, I mean, even though this thing doesn't really destroy bases, it can attack shields, so it has some good uses. So great card. This is your, if you see this at the beginning of the game, you pretty much want to use these. Next off, we have Strike Daggers. This will help you in the very early game as well. This is probably like one of your best cards to play in turn 2. So this is from Star Deck 4. It's nothing special here. It's just a 3/2 card. It has no other effects except that it's really nice to play early. So we're running 3 of these. Because we're running 3 more of these ones. These are M1 Ashtrays. This has the same level and cost as this. This is from set 1. When you have another triple alliance unit in play, this unit gains 1 AP and blocker. So if you have 2 of these on the field, they will count towards having AP plus and blocker. And there is 1 more card in here, which is a triple alliance. So this is just another card with a blocker, you know, to protect your units, your base, and of course use with that other base you have here is to bring it back up. So it's a pretty cool card. So running 3 of these. Now moving on to your still pretty early game. This is Darabalde. This is from set 1, level 3, 2 cost. Deploy. Choose 1 enemy unit with 1 HP. Return it to their hand. Well, this one's interesting because I found myself using the ability usually on really smaller units and not really big Gundams with 1 HP left. Seldom I rarely did that because you'd rather just destroy the unit if they have 1 HP. But this is good, for example, if you played another white deck and they had a bunch of these little Demi Trainers on, this will bounce it back to their hand to make it so you can get it on blocker for that turn. So this is a 4/2, pretty powerful, and it has Academy trait, which means it partners up with the Suletta. And if partnered up with the Suletta, your stats for this will be a 5/4 unit, which is good, really strong. And then when you attack, you can bring 1 of your resources back up. So look at that, dude. 5/4 Darabalde. Nice stuff. All right, except the turn that you play this out, you really can't link with it because the Suletta is a 4 level, this is a 3 level, but still it's really nice to have in the field. A big powerhouse attacker. Next, we have the Strike Gundam. This is your mid-game card from set 1, level 4, 2 cost. Nothing special here. It's a 3/4. However, it gets powered with Kira. This is a link card specifically with Kira. So when powered, this will be a 5/5 unit. Nice and simple. And then, of course, you get the ability when attacking into characters, -2 AP, making this thing to stay alive a little bit longer. So this is your mid-game stuff. Next, we have the Perfect Strike Gundam. This is from set 1, level 5, 3 cost. It has blocker, which works with your base stage that sets blockers back up. When deployed, you choose a HP 1, return it back to their hand, enemy only. So you can see this deck does a lot of bounce back cards, which is really good for the, you know, the really low units, which we talked about. So this is Earth Alliance trait. So it works with Kira and it works with the Hawk of Endymon here, the Mula Flaga. If you end up doing it with this, you at least get to link for a rush and it becomes a 5/4. If you partner up, if you link it with Kira, this thing will become a 6/5. So good stuff. All right. Now for the final card of the deck. This is the Strike Gundam. These are pretty much your end games and want to just, use these to finish off the game. This is another straight link unit with Kira though. It's a level 5 4-cost unit. It has blocker. Then when paired with a 4 or higher pilot, meaning you can pair it with Suletta if you want to choose an enemy unit 4 or less and return to its hand. But of course, if you pair with Suletta, you won't be able to get the link rush. So you definitely want to pair. You want to link this with Kira to get the pair effect as well. So once again, linked with Kira, this will be a 6/5 unit, and it has a little bit of CC here, and that's pretty much good. So pretty much you're bouncing a lot of stuff back from the board in order for your opponent to waste resources and play them again, and for you to get around a lot of annoying stuff on the board like blockers and stuff. So that is the deck, the pure white deck. There's a really good amount of cards that link here, and it's a pretty straightforward play style. Just throw out some units that have really good value. A lot of them do sort of bounce backing stuff, and you have some amazing command cards with drawing stuff and discarding it for a lot of hand sustain, especially towards the late game when you don't have a lot of units to use the energies on. So you might even want to run 4 of these because they're that good late game. They're insanely good for 1 cost. And yeah, these Kiras are great, keeps you alive. Sulettas are pretty decent, and the Endymon to act as a little pinch pilots or as a main action, bouncing it back 3 or less. This is like just a super solid deck. So anyways, guys, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. As always, let me know what you would add or remove. Once all of the cards are released, we might make another full deck again. If you guys want to see every single one of my profiles, head on over to bobbytcg.com. So everything is nice and easy. I will have articles and breakdowns on how to play decks as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.